The crystal towers of New Avalon sparkled under the light of 3 suns as Ambassador Lisa Thornwick adjusted her ceremonial robes. Her pointed ears twitched with nerves while she skimmed through the morning reports. Representing the elves at the Galactic Council meant she was used to political struggles, but today felt different. A flash of blue light appeared beside her, and Ambassador Rachel Vex of the Centauri Collective stepped into view. The alien's translucent skin shifted with glowing patterns that showed worry. "The Corven Empire has sent another threat," Rachel said, her voice carrying a strange musical tone. "They demand the outer colonies surrender, or they'll begin orbital strikes." Lisa let out a weary sigh. Centuries of experience in diplomacy weighed on her. "How many ships do they have?" "About 12 dreadnoughts, 40 cruisers and over 200 fighters," Rachel replied. Her glowing skin darkened to purple, a sign of unease. "Our combined fleets are less than half their strength." The 2 ambassadors walked through the echoing marble halls of the embassy. Despite coming from very different worlds, years of service had made them close friends. Lisa's long life and Rachel's shifting abilities made them a perfect team for delicate negotiations. "Perhaps we should call Earth Command," Lisa suggested, though her tone was doubtful. "But I don't see how humans could stand against Corven firepower." Rachel's glow turned amber. "Humans are clever, but their strength has never been military. Their value lies in creativity and adaptability." They entered the communication chamber where a massive hologram displayed the incoming Corven fleet. The enemy ships were enormous, each one powerful enough to level a planet. The Elven and Centauri fleets looked tiny in comparison. "Incoming transmission from Earth," the chamber's AI announced. The screen flickered, showing a middle-aged man in simple fatigues. His hair was graying, his glasses plain, and his smile calm. His tag read, "Commander James Mitchell." "Ambassadors," he greeted warmly. "I hear you have a situation." Lisa and Rachel exchanged a doubtful look. This was not the hardened commander they expected. "Commander, we respect Earth's concern, but this is far beyond human capabilities. The Corven have brought their entire fleet," Lisa explained. James nodded with quiet ease. "I understand, but my wife would be furious if I let harm come to her friends. She speaks highly of you both." Rachel's skin flickered in confusion. "Your wife?" "Ambassador Emma Mitchell," James said with a smile. "Formerly Emma Brightleaf of the Woodland Court." Lisa's eyes widened. Emma Brightleaf had been a legendary elven warrior before retiring into diplomacy and marrying a human. Lisa had never met her husband. "Till now, Commander," Lisa said cautiously. "The Corven fleet could destroy entire systems. Ingenuity alone may not be enough." James adjusted his glasses and smiled again. "Well then, I suppose I should mention I brought my ship." The display shifted, showing a sleek, angular craft. It looked old compared to the massive Corven dreadnoughts, and it was barely a quarter the size of their smallest warship. "Commander," Rachel said gently, her glowing skin shifting to a sympathetic green. "We appreciate the effort, but one human ship can't possibly stand against them." Suddenly, alarms screamed through the chamber. The tactical display lit up as the Corven fleet dropped out of hyperspace. Their massive warships blotted out the sky above New Avalon, casting shadows across the embassy. A cold, mechanical voice thundered through the comms. "Attention, New Avalon. This is Fleet Admiral Crox of the Corven Empire. You have 1 standard hour to evacuate before we begin bombardment. Resist, and you will be destroyed." Lisa's chest tightened. Even with all their fleets combined, they had no chance against this force. She glanced at the tiny human ship on the display, pity stirring in her heart for the man who had come so far to help. "Commander Mitchell," she said softly, "perhaps you should fall back to a safe distance." James interrupted with a polite smile. "Actually, I'll handle this myself." The feed shifted, showing James moving through his ship. The camera followed him into an armory lined with weapons of every kind, but he ignored them all and walked straight to a locked case at the far end. Rachel's patterns flickered nervously as that. James opened the case. Inside was not a gun, but a sword, its black metal blade covered in shifting runes. As his hand closed around the grip, the weapon fled with a golden glow. Lisa gasped. "Impossible. A Voidrender Blade. They were lost thousands of years ago." "Not lost," James corrected, his voice now carrying a commanding edge. "Hidden, waiting for the right time." The glow intensified. His posture straightened. His eyes sharpened, and a wave of raw power radiated from him. "You see," James continued calmly, "humans have been part of this galaxy far longer than most believe. We've been watching, learning, preparing for moments like this." On the tactical display, the Corven ships shifted into attack formation. Crox's voice echoed again. 30 minutes remaining. James tapped commands into his console. "The thing about Voidrender Blades," he said casually, "is they don't just cut matter. They cut space itself." Readings from his ship spiked beyond measure. Strange, unfamiliar energy patterns filled the screens. "The Corven believe in brute force," James said, raising the glowing sword. The light now consumed the entire display. "But humans learned long ago precision always beats power." With one perfect motion, he brought the blade down. Blinding light tore across every monitor, and then When the glow faded, the Corven fleet was gone, not shattered, not destroyed, simply erased. The coms flickered back to James, calmly sliding the sword back into its case. His glasses sat slightly crooked, but his smile was unchanged. Well, he said lightly, I should probably get going. Emma's making dinner and she hates when I'm late. The transmission ended. Lisa and Rachel stood frozen, staring at the empty void where 12 dreadnoughts had hung only moments before. Rachel whispered, almost in disbelief, your husband seemed so ordinary. Lisa nodded slowly, her entire worldview shaken, until he drew his sword. Far in the distance, James's modest ship turned back toward Earth, carrying secrets only his wife truly understood.